Well, my name is Kenneth Omondi. I'm from Kenya, and primarily I'm a telecommunications engineer, but I'm also a journalist by extension. I became a journalist after becoming an engineer because I saw there are a lot of things that need to be talked about in my community and in my society, and I was not going to be able to do them as a telecommunications engineer, so I had to be a journalist later on. And I want to say that what brought me to RT is that I was looking for a platform, for an opportunity to be able to sharpen my skills in journalism, to be able to get knowledge on how do I well structure my stories, how do I structure my documentaries, how am I able to articulate really the important issues that I'm supposed to articulate in my community, in my society, in my country, and my continent, and the world at large. So joining RT Academy has exceeded the expectations that I had. I've been able to learn a lot. How do you craft a story? How do you break news, documentaries, and all that? So we've learned from the very best, and of course, I'm very grateful for what we've been able to learn and the skills that we've been able to get. So, have I been able to apply the knowledge? Absolutely right. At the stage three of our learning, we are supposed to do a new story, and what I chose was the young people in Kenya using every tool and every opportunity they get to restructure and reclaim the narrative about Africa and about Kenya. Because looking back, backtracking, what happened is that the history that has been written about Kenya, the history that has been written about Africa, were written by our colonizers. And some of the things that they wrote about Kenya, some of the things they wrote about Africa were not right. And therefore, the young people have taken it as their mandate to be able to use every little opportunity and every opportunity they get, they use it to tell the real African stories through art, through their talents, through their dances. I mean, they are telling the world a very different story about Kenya, a very different story about Africa because it's happening across the continent. What are my future plans? My future plans is that I'm not going to lay idle with the skill that I've been able to get from the RT Academy. Fact finding, fact checking, yeah. How do you how do you sieve information to ensure that whatever you're broadcasting is the right thing? You're not propagating propaganda. These are some of the skills that we've been able to acquire here at the RT Academy, and I'm not going to let them lie idle. I'm going to implement them in my daily life, in the field of journalism, and even in my telecommunications industry. Because in telecommunications, I deal with occupational health and safety, and there's a lot of documentation and reporting, and even structuring stories from some of the things we do there. And it's going to be very interesting, of course, for me moving forward. Would I suggest RT Academy to my friends? Absolutely. Anyone, I think, any sane journalist who want to get an opportunity to learn and get skills that are necessary in this field of journalism should not think twice about joining the RT Academy. Um, it's very important. The skills that we've learned here are very important, and most importantly, I think, is RT Academy gives you a global perspective in the field of journalism because locally what we learn are maybe localized. You are limited. I mean, your perspectives are limited, but joining Art Academy, it gives you a global perspective of journalism, which I think was very, very important, because now whatever you do in Kenya, whatever you do, even if you're a Ugandan, a Tanzanian, someone from South Africa, is globally acceptable in Asia, is globally acceptable in Russia, is acceptable in Canada, everywhere, every part of the world. Therefore, joining Art Academy, I think no one would think twice. I would highly recommend it to my friends. Finally, has Art Academy helped me with my current project? Yes. The last project that we are to do in stage 3, I applied the skills and the knowledge that we gained from the academy, and also I'm working on documentaries on occupational health and safety, and I say that a lot of things that I didn't know, that now I know, and I'm going to apply them in the projects that I'm undertaking and the future projects to come. And I really appreciate. I want to say thank you so much to the RT team for dedicating their time. Of course, I know the facilitators, all the educators and the teachers are running very tight schedules, but they were able to take time off the busy schedules to talk to us, which shows the goodwill that RT has for journalists across the world. We really appreciate that, and thank you so much for this opportunity. We look forward to working together in future projects and engagements, in correspondence, in reporting, and even in news presenting. We'll be glad to come to Moscow to be able to broadcast news from your global studios. Thank you so much.